Here we are with Kelly Cox. Who is Kelly Cox? And please give us a brief introduction about yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Diana. Kelly Cox. Do I speak about myself in the third person?
Yes.
I am a California wild girl, but raised in Wyoming. So I've been here for 22 years. I think I come to council with that work ethic from the Wild West of Wyoming. I'm coming to council in order to restore a sense of professionalism and trust right now. So what I bring to the table is a background in educational leadership, conflict resolution, collaborative communication that I think our council can really use right now in a time when it is so contentious. And the unfortunate thing about that is it harms our public, and it's, again, eroded our public trust. So I've sat through council meetings where till 3 a.m, public members wait to speak and they're ridiculed in the end. Having seen that firsthand, I felt a civic duty to respond to this call. I'm not excited about the campaign. The campaign's pretty grueling, but I think that I will serve our city with integrity and a level of compassion that we haven't seen for a while.
So what's the important issue to our city right now? What do you see?
You know, I think there are major issues that we need to talk about, like the development of the north side. We've got to talk about how people feel about wanting a restored downtown. But before we can do any of that, our council has to function well together. And so that means restoring professionalism and trust internally. So I believe our mission right now is working from the inside out. We have to learn to collaborate. I do really believe that an ethics committee would be a huge benefit to us right now, because I don't see the will of every member of the council to engage in this with an open heart, and that means that we can't go forward without probably an outside mediator right now.
So is this your first time to running the elected official?
It is, yes, and I did not see myself doing this. I am not somebody who has aspirations to be the mayor or a governor. I think that's a good thing, because with that means I can't really be bought. It doesn't matter who invests in me, because it's not going to push a further political agenda. I've served on the Parks and Rec Commission for the city of Santa Clara for 4 years, did a year as chair, and I currently serve right now on the Police Chief Advisory Committee. So have been in appointed positions, but this will be my first time in an elected position or fighting for an elected position, and wow, it's interesting already. So,
if you get elected, what's your priority?
Again, I don't want to be so reductive that it becomes oversimplified, but I think that the first thing that I would prioritize is practicing what I preach in the campaign on the dais. So, I've talked a lot about ethics, about the way we treat each other, and that's the first thing that I have to show to our citizens of Santa Clara, is that I'm going to do that in live time, even when things get ugly, that I will be somebody who upholds professionalism, treats people with respect, and keeps conversations open. Because, one of the things I see happening, if the conversations start with somebody feeling like they need to be defensive and answer in a way that defends themselves, we shut down the conversation and the progress of Santa Clara right there. So that's the first thing. I really, really want to practice what I preach and restore professionalism. And you can only do that by walking the walk. After that, we've got to get into our big city issues. How are our negotiations going with the Stadium Authority? What's going on with Related? There is a huge push for downtown development again. We need to work towards that, because we've been talking about it for since I've been here, 20 years, 22 years, and we've seen little progress. El Camino is desolate right now. There are empty houses or empty buildings all the time. We have a homelessness and an unhoused epidemic. The Silicon Valley Pain Index talks about the Silicon Valley having $1.7 trillion of liquid wealth, but we're the largest for unhoused children in the nation. And that is such a disconnect when we talk about our core principles. And so if we love and value families and communities, those are the issues we need to start tackling. But again, I'll go back to this. That can't happen until we're functioning as a unified council. That doesn't mean we have to agree on anything. What it does mean is that we need to move towards a common purpose that is our citizens.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.